It's time to talk about the latest film from the small indie studio known as Marvel Studios. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to my review for Black Panther. This movie was directed by Ryan Coogler and it stars Chadwick Boseman, Forest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, Michael B. Jordan, and the list goes on and on. And this is the latest installment in the ever-expanding Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this video will be 100% spoiler-free. I'm going to have an entire spoiler-filled review coming later in the weekend. But for now, this review will be 100% spoiler-free, so be safe and know that I am here. Black Panther tells the story of T'Challa, played by Chadwick Boseman, who, after the events of Captain America's Civil War, must ascend to the throne and become King of Wakanda, and he must become Wakanda's sworn protector, the Black Panther. But an outsider by the name of Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, may have a claim to the throne himself. And this entire story plays out in the live-action Thundercats movie that I had no idea that I wanted. Seriously, this movie is like if Marvel crossed with The Lion King crossed with Thundercats. They took all three of the best of those ingredients, rolled it into one package, and said, here's the magnum opus. In complete seriousness, though, this movie is excellent. First off, all of the acting in this movie is great. I tend to like most of the acting in the MCU, but in this movie in particular, the cast is just phenomenal. You got Chadwick Boseman, who, in my opinion, is the best version of Jackie Robinson that we will ever get, who is the closest thing to James Brown that we will ever get, other than the man himself, and he is the best Black Panther that we will ever get. The dude just kills. He plays all three of the dynamics that he has to play perfectly. He plays the kingly part, the part where he's talking to his family and his friends, and Black Panther tremendously. My hat goes off to him. Now let's talk about Michael B. Jordan as Eric Killmonger. In the other reviews for this movie that I've seen, a common complaint with him is that he isn't on screen very much. And while I would be remiss to say that that was a lie, when he does show up, he is excellent. He is the complete antithesis of T'Challa in every sense of the word, and that makes for a great villain. He is my favorite MCU villain other than Loki. Also, all of the supporting cast was great as well. I mean, you got Angela Bassett, who's great in almost everything she's in. Forest Whitaker was surprisingly toned down, which was a marked departure from Saw Gerrera in Rogue One. I loved Lupita Nyong'o, I loved Martin Freeman, and I loved T'Challa's little sister. I can't think of her name right now, but I'll put her picture somewhere in the frame, and then I'll add her name later in post. But she was really good. I'll talk about her more in the spoiler video. As far as flaws go, and really when I say flaws, they're like small problems. My biggest problem with this movie was the action. There were a couple of scenes where they just looked really fake. The very first fight scene we get in the movie is shot almost in the dark, and I hate that about movies. And this is coming from a director, Ryan Coogler, who directed the one-take fight scene in Creed. Both that fight and the final fight were kind of Bush League. Thankfully, the final fight had a great story going, so that salvaged it. But take away that story, like I said, both of the fights at the beginning and the end were Bush League. I also thought some of the CGI in general just looked like they were filming it on a soundstage. And I know that they do most of their shooting in Atlanta, but don't make it so obvious, guys. Those problems aside, though, this movie riveted me from scene one. I think this is the best MCU movie since, I think, Spider-Man Homecoming or Captain America Civil War. I'm kind of debating that, but This is definitely one of the better installments. And my big worry was that this movie was just going to be a 2.5-hour commercial for Avengers Infinity War. It's not. It's really not. It tells its own story. This could be in the MCU, or it could have been out of the MCU, and I honestly wouldn't have minded. Because Black Panther is terrific. It's got great acting. It's got great direction. Ryan Coogler did a fantastic job. If the movie would have just cleaned up the action just a little bit, I feel like it would have been one of the best of the MCU. But overall, I still loved it, but it's just great. It's not amazing, it's just great. But that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my spoiler-filled review for this movie. And stay tuned for my other MCU reviews as I work my way through the entire series leading up to Avengers Infinity War on May 4th. But I want to hear from you guys. Did you like Black Panther? Did you hate Black Panther? Or did you think it was just okay? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and to make sure that you subscribe so that you never miss a new video. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all of my links will be in the description below. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.